your best really your best? I think about this a lot. When I was working in retail, I once had a horrible boss, like I'm sure we've all had in our lifetime, that once said to me in response, after he asked me how come, some sort of goal or something that we had to achieve, I'm sure, like always, as a team, as a store, and I was in charge of it, or I don't even think I was in charge of it, but I was just trying to speak on behalf of the team because I was the assistant manager, and I was always trying to stick up for everybody and play that leadership role. And he, asked why we didn't achieve it and all this, and was just kind of beating everybody down and asking everybody, singling them out and asking them, why didn't you do it? Why didn't we make this goal? How come this? How come that? And just being really negative and being frustrated that we didn't achieve the goal because he's getting slack from his boss, and just didn't really know how to filter that down to our level so that he could be more motivational than negative, so that we could actually try and achieve some goals in the future. And I just couldn't take it anymore, so he didn't ask me yet for my opinion, but, I just told him, I said, I don't know what to say other than what everyone else has already said to try and come up with excuses and reasons why we didn't achieve this goal, but, I think it's important to know that we all did our best, and we all tried really hard, and we did the best that we could do given the circumstances in the situation that we were in. And we'll just try to come up with new ways for the future. And, I always try and think outside the box and be smart about it. And I know that might not have been the best thing for me to say in that moment, but his response definitely wasn't the best response, that's for sure. And his response was, he got very angry with me and said, in front of, like 10 other supervisors and managers, he said, "Your best? This company doesn't pay you for your best. This company pays you to make it happen, to get it done, to achieve the goals that they expect you to achieve. They don't want your best. Your best wasn't good enough, was it? You didn't make that goal. So you need to do better than your best. You need to get it done. That's what this company wants, not your best. They want you to get it done, and you didn't get it done. Your best didn't get it done. So now what?" And he just kind of changed the subject after a long, awkward pause, and we all kind of looked at each other, and I just felt really upset with myself, with him. I felt bad for the team. It was just a really bad, negative situation. And even telling this story and thinking about it kind of invokes some bad feelings inside of me, and it starts changing my mentality. So to quickly put a positive spin on this so that I don't get off topic, I think really your best is good enough if it's truly your best. So I think really that's what he meant in reflection to everything now, looking back on it. I really think what he meant was, did we actually give it our best? Because if we did give it our best, if all of us gave it our best, then we probably would have achieved those results. We probably would have made that goal. And I think he just had a horrible way of communicating that, as he did a lot of other things, unfortunately. But that's what you need to ask yourself. Is your best really your best? Did you give it 100%? Or did you kind of leave a little bit behind? Were you hesitant a little bit for some reason or another? Did you question yourself? Did you ignore someone else's opinions about the situation? Or did you truly give it your best? Did you lay it all out on the table? Did you go all out 100%? You were exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. You did everything possible that you could think of, and you still fell a little short. Then you should be able to hold your head high, knowing that you went out on top because you gave it your best. You did everything that you could, because at the end of the day, you are not always going to win every game or every situation. You're not going to always overcome everything. But as long as you give it your best, and you know that you've given your best, you know in your heart that you've given your best, that's all that matters. And there's plenty of examples in movies and TV shows that are motivational in this regard. And even though you're feeling down and you feel like you gave it your all and you don't understand why you still lost or why you didn't achieve that goal, hopefully there's someone, or a lot of the times there's someone that's going to come through and pat you on your back, give you a hug, or hold you up high and still celebrate the effort that you gave to the team or for yourself, both, to achieve that goal. Even though you fell a little short, you still are a winner because you gave it your best. So just remember that. So if you didn't give it your best, then shame on you, and there's no one to blame but yourself if you fell short of something. But if you truly gave it your best, don't let anyone tell you that your best is not good enough, because your best for you is good enough for you, and it will be good enough for everyone else, and they'll know if you gave it your best or not. So just remember that. Is your best really your best?